The director of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, James Gunn, has stated in an interview with comicbook.com that there are going to be some changes in the third installment of the movie. What are the changes? The movie's director also stated that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will unveil the origin story of Rocket. What does this entail? Keep watching to find out. Firstly, some MCU questions and mysteries that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 could answer. The much-anticipated finale to James Gunn's sci-fi trilogy Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will undoubtedly provide many answers and shed light on numerous issues that have plagued the Marvel Cinematic Universe for a time. There's a lot of territory for the film to cover in order to catch people up on what the characters have been doing since Avengers Endgame, because with the exception of Thor: Love and Thunder, the Guardians haven't been in their own full-length Marvel adventure since that film. There are numerous mysteries that can and will only be resolved in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, given that the Guardians are the main characters in the cosmic section of the MCU. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in 2023 will be jam-packed with action as the band searches for the new Gamora following her Avengers Infinity War demise, deals with Adam Warlock, and goes up against the High Evolutionary, a brand new adversary. While the plot is still mostly a secret, as is typical for most Marvel films, but what little is known about it shows that it will be another thrilling MCU event. Here are all the MCU enigmas and questions that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 might resolve, as the movie looks to be greater than any previous Guardians adventure. Why is Cosmo the space dog back, and how did the snap affect other worlds? In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Cosmo the space dog comes back and is voiced by Maria Bakalova. Cosmo, who is part of the Collector's Collection, made an earlier appearance in the first Guardians of the Galaxy film. However, Cosmo didn't seem to have any special abilities in this film. He appeared to be a regular dog wearing an astronaut suit. Given that Cosmo has a voice in Guardians 3, it's probable that this person will depict the character in a more comic-accurate manner. Cosmo's typically portrayed as a psychic, super-intelligent dog with a Russian accent. Of course, Cosmo's modifications in Guardians 3 will need to be explained, as it would be odd to ignore the fact that the character has already been in the film. The film will need to come up with a plausible explanation for Cosmo's reappearance and improved performance, whether it be that Cosmo's one of the High Evolutionary's experiments, or it's just a straightforward retcon. How Thanos' snap affected other planets is another enigma that Guardians in the Galaxy Volume 3 can investigate. The majority of the post-Endgame films and TV shows feature individuals who directly address the blip, illustrating the effects of Earth losing half of its population. Since the Guardians are a cosmic team, the movie might go one step further and look at how various MCU worlds and alien species handle the snap and the blip. Will the mutants be created by the High Evolutionary, and will this be the conclusion of the Guardians in the MCU? The Marvel Cinematic Universe will ultimately need to explain where the original group of mutants came from, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 might be the ideal setting for it. The High Evolutionary is a genetics expert who does experiments on himself in order to develop new abilities. The High Evolutionary may have been the brains behind the X gene, and his fixation may have extended to tests on other people. One of the biggest mysteries in the MCU right now is the existence of mutants, and as strange as it sounds, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 might be the most likely place to provide all the answers. It has been suggested by some people working on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 that the MCU's Guardians period will end with the third movie, which is a sad thought for one of the franchise's most adored teams. If this is the case, the team's lack of adventures will need to have some sort of in-universe justification, and the third installment will undoubtedly provide the answer. The team could disband, the Guardians could perish, or the story could conclude happily with everyone in the squad eventually finding harmony. Whatever happens, the Guardians trilogy's climax will undoubtedly be an emotional experience. Gunn said that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will disclose the origin story of Rocket. The future movie will finally delve into Rocket's emotional roots, according to director James Gunn. The titular superhero team has appeared in a number of other MCU films, most recently in Thor: Love and Thunder, even though Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was released back in 2017. In addition to the now-released Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, Chris Pratt's Star-Lord, Zoe Saldana's Gamora, Dave Bautista's Drax, Bradley Cooper's Rocket, and Vin Diesel's Groot will return in the third and concluding installment of James Gunn's trilogy. Despite the fact that there are still many unanswered concerns regarding how Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will wrap up the saga of the titular team, Gunn recently disclosed in an interview with comicbook.com that the movie will focus on Rocket's backstory. The director is cautious about giving away too many spoilers for the future film, but he does hint that Rocket's backstory background will be the main character of the overall emotional drama he has in mind. While Rocket's genetic experimentation is briefly exposed in the first Guardians of the Galaxy film, the character has a long history in Marvel Comics. The comics indicate that a team of intelligent robots tasked with looking after a planet of mentally ill humans conducted the tests on Rocket. In order to be able to relocate the other half of the globe, the Rockets produced Rocket Raccoon to effectively take their position as Guardians. The first Guardians of the Galaxy doesn't go into detail on this, but it does mention Rocket's home planet of Half-World in passing. It's safe to assume that there will be similarities between Rocket's backstory in the MCU and the comics, even though the Guardians of the Galaxy reference to Half-World doesn't confirm this. In the comics, Rocket and the other animals take care of the planet's sick humans after being left behind by the Rocket Keepers. Even the Hulk joins forces with Rocket at one point to defend Half-World and saved his kidnapped girlfriend, Layla. Although it's uncertain how much of Rocket's pasts will be covered in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, it may help explain why he is the way he is. How is the emotional ending set up by Rocket's Marvel origin? Rocket, in Cooper's portrayal, is prone to yelling and avoids showing any form of emotional openness. Additionally, it's obvious that he's bearing a heavy emotional burden, something the MCU has only hinted at sporadically. Rocket's inclination to push people away can be examined in the film, which also offers the chance to give the character some closure regarding what happened in Half-World. Gunn obviously has a huge finish planned for Rocket, whether it entails bringing back a character from his past or using flashbacks to explain his backstory. Changes to the third Guardians of the Galaxy film are revealed by James Gunn. James previously revealed some information regarding what viewers were to anticipate from the now-released holiday special, while also hinting at changes for the forthcoming third movie. Speaking to comicbook.com, Gunn indicated that the Guardians' recent activities, including a new ship and crew member, will be fully exposed to fans. He said that it goes without saying that we're going to discover a lot about where the Guardians have been in recent years. He then said that we'll observe their current habitation of Knowhere. The Bowie is their nearest ship, and Cosmo, a dog with telekinesis, has joined their team as a member of the crew. The director continued by saying that the holiday special gave him the opportunity to include plot points that will be essential in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Gunn added that, after learning all that, there are a few significant pieces of spoilery lore. He stated that we will acquire all of that knowledge. He then said that, in a way, the holiday special served as a Trojan horse, enabling him to smuggle in information that would later be crucial in Volume 3, saving him time at the beginning of that film. Gunn has spoken about how the holiday special served as a prequel to the third Guardians of the Galaxy movie before. The special, which he disclosed on Twitter, will give fans an update on what Star-Lord has been doing after the events of Infinity War, despite being a standalone tale. As the Guardians visit Earth once more in the holiday special in an effort to give Star-Lord the Christmas of his dreams, Kevin Bacon will also reportedly make an appearance. Are you excited to finally know the origin story of Guardian of the Galaxy's Rocket? Are there any other topics you'd like us to feature on the channel in the future? Let us know in the comments section. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.